Hey guys, Pete here, HVAC Greatness. So I want to talk to you about the three key things that you're going to need to focus on going into this new tighter economy. And these are paramount. These are fundamental. You got to get these right. You cannot get these wrong. Okay. So many of you've been seeing the price calculator that I put together. The reason that I did that is because most heating and air conditioning contractors are pricing based on what they think they can get. And they're giving no real thought to what is this actually costing them. Okay, so we need to understand your numbers, and your numbers may need some adjusting. If you're an owner operator and you don't have a budget in for advertising, a significant budget in for advertising, particularly going into what we're getting ready to go into, you're going to want that fixed. So pricing must be addressed. He's got you on that if you don't have a system. But let me tell you this, if you're pricing on gross profit margin, you're missing the boat. Your overhead needs to be assigned to your labor, not all this other mumbo jumbo moving equipment that you sold last year that you're not going to sell this year, right? Parts that you marked up before and you're not reselling the same part. If you attach it to your labor, you'll never go wrong as long as you're hitting your quota on a number of service calls. And you're hitting your quota on the number of changeouts, and that's why you got to have an advertising budget. Now, number two is going to be search engine optimization. If you aren't paying a monthly SEO to somebody who knows what they're doing and not getting some significant results from that, then you're not getting that available work that's getting shaken loose. Now more than ever, there's going to be more people going to Google, and they're going to be looking for the best deal. And your ability to be interpreted as the best deal is going to be very important. But before we get to that, they got to see you first. So the SEO applies to your website. You need to be optimized within Google Business so that you're not coming up on page 10 or 15 because they're not going to find you. And you should be Google certified, and you need to be optimized within that. So we want to come up as high as possible in all three of those categories. And we want to be looking at keywords that are the competitive ones, of course, but those low-hanging fruit secondary keywords, people that are searching using weird terms that you and I may not look for, like broken thermostat when it's the air conditioner that's out, right? Maybe that's a keyword. So how do we know that? Well, we have to use some software to go in and locate these opportunities and then do some on-page optimization, it's called, within your website. And then you can continue to develop that through frequent updates and optimizing your website more and more and more. Now, you have to be careful. A lot of people are going to AI, and most people are using some form of AI, a reminder, in order to write their content. Well, Google knows what's AI. Okay. I remember reading about these people that are using AI and they're writing books and trying to sell them on Amazon. Well, Amazon has an algorithm. They're figuring that out. It's going to be the same with your SEO. So what we want to do is utilize AI up to a point, but when it comes to actually writing your content, it needs to be written in an original form so that Google sees you as genuine, as a human being writing this content. And the problem is most of your marketing companies out there, they're good at marketing and the statistics side, but they can't write your content for you. So I'm happy to announce that HVAC Greatness is going to be offering that specifically for heating and air conditioning companies, get you optimized at the local level better than anybody out there. So we're excited about that. So again, we've helped you with your pricing. You got to be dialed in on that. We've helped you on your SEO. You got to have that ready because people are going to be Googling more than ever, looking for your services. But then they're going to be looking at something that's going to make you stand out. It's going to set you apart. And so what would that look like? Well, that would be your brand positioning, your marketing position. What is unique about you? And so if you don't really jump out as something desirable, like what they think they're looking for, then you probably won't get that click. Well, you may, if nobody else is really optimized for that. But if you're set up with a strong marketing position, a strong, powerful brand, then more than likely, if that customer is looking for that, they're going to click on your link as opposed to those other ones, even if they're ahead of you. So these three things together are going to be the driving force, the fundamentals in order to do that. As you know, HVAC greatness, that's what that's built about, is presenting your greatness. And so we have a whole program in developing that. And so that too is available. Let me give you some examples on these real quick. So screen share. So I'm going to jump in right here. Sorry, I've got all the windows open. For you little guys, you need to be departmentalized. I've set this up. We can go through this and figure out your overhead and departmentalize it in very little amount of time. And we'll do this by each department depending on what all you have. And fundamentally, we're going to set some quotas and some minimums, of course, but some quotas so that you can actually hit your financial goals. We'll know about what you should be making in terms of annual sales, as well as net profit and gross profit. Okay. So we've got all that figured out in the price pre-calculator. And then in the calculator itself, once you get that, all you have to do is run your repairs. So in this case, we got a $100 part with this company. We've got the truck expense and the labor in there. This is the break even. We know what that break even is for this particular company. Is this good for your number? Probably not. Let's say that you, instead of doing it on a gross profit, you actually want to do it on a net profit. Maybe you're coming in at 15%. Then this would, again, your break even is the same, but your retail price, your final price is going to be different. We've got everything figured in here, including your credit cards, what they're going to take, commission if you pay that, the sales tax at the counter, even if you waive your diagnostic fee, which this company has chosen to do, we recoup at least the labor cost for driving over, because we got to get that back. Now, this is an example on service. Again, on installation, we have several similar ones here. If you sell, let's say you put a sales commission of 8% on there, you do financing at 5%. We run this, whether you pay by the labor, whether you pay by the hour, task pay, or subcontractor, you can calculate this and know exactly what your break even is so that your overhead is actually covered. Again, you can do this based on net profit. This will spit out this price, and this tells us about where we are within the competition over here. And so it's very powerful. You can also do gross profit if you want. And so let's say if you're coming in for a 50% GP, a much higher number, but we understand our true cost too. A lot of the companies are GP and based on less. So 50% to us might be 40% to them. And so that's why it's important to know what the market value is versus what it actually costs your company to do. Okay, and it's a big difference. So that's an example of how you want to price things. Now, one of the things we did add on here, let me go to the back. We're doing help you figure your maintenance costs, coil cleaners, filters, and everything else. We'll help you figure exactly what you need to be charging for your residential maintenance so that you can at least make break even. Because the last thing you want is to sell something and lose money. Now, we have rolled all of these over into a flat rate calculator. So this looks like the other one, but it's not. But we've got a full flat rate book for all of these different types of repair scenarios with repair numbers, with price, with GP, that you can change the entire book at the click of a button. Maybe I don't want to make 25% net. Maybe I want to make 15. Now, all of these prices back over here just changed. All of this just changed, okay? And we got a couple of options for you on that. Now, we talked about SEO. Let me pop in here. We'll do a site audit for you. We'll produce regular reports. We'll know exactly how much traffic that you're getting. This is a brand new website, so it's just getting started. But we'll know exactly how many searches you're getting. We'll know exactly where the opportunities are against your competition. We can compare you against your competitors, see what keywords they're ranked for and what they're not. And we can do a better job at the on page without the AI detectors going off, okay? Because there may not be creating an issue right now, but they probably will before long, right? So this is very important. And then, of course, as you know, we on the branding and marketing. Actually, let me show you that real quick. Let's show how all of that would work together. Let me just go to Google, and you guys know. This is my son in Dallas, North Carolina. And some of you guys have reached out to him. That's cool. He doesn't mind. And so AC Repair in Dallas, North Carolina. First of all, he's ranked very well within Google Business, right? And now I don't have my thing on, so you can't see him in Google Guaranteed, but I can do that some other time. Anyway, he's right here, and now obviously he's ranked within the business as well. Now that the company right below him, he used to work for that company, and now he's outranking them, which is kind of cool. And then we can go in, and this is what I was talking about on a compelling brand. If it won't click here. Yeah, of course. Live recording and it hangs up. Let me just do it real quick. His is David and Goliath, HVAC.com. And he's positioned himself as the choice against those big mega companies, right? And he's very well branded. This is very clean, and he can get a premium price for this. And so you can see he's dialed in on his maps. There's some other tools that we can utilize to show you. On his website, this is laid out very well. He's got his service areas, his services. We're going to be adding to that, need to. And then about us, and then news. News is kind of like the blogging. This is very powerful. Now, he does his own. And so what he'll do is he'll come in, and looks like this is the last one he did. And this will be optimized, and it will create, this is built around a keyword, extend your AC's life with AC Infinity maintenance plan. So he's talking about preventive maintenance. That's what he's done this for. And this will help his optimization, because when somebody is looking for maintenance, his page is going to be an authority in that area. And so again, let's recap. These are the three things you need. Your pricing needs to be dialed in better than ever. It's going to get competitive out there. And you need to be able to, not just to give your best price, but when you need that work, you need to be able to dicker. You need to be able to haggle. You need to be able to talk to the customer and say, what will it take to get your business today? In some cases, okay? I'm not saying that's the way we want to approach this, but I'm saying you're going to have to hit your quota. It means you're going to have to hit this many service calls every month, or you're not going to get the bills paid. You're going to have to hit whatever many change outs every month, or you're not going to get the bills paid. So in order to hit that, we make sure that that GP is covered. I should say your overhead is covered. And so we go in, you look at your exact number, you know to the penny what your break even is and what you could do it for if you needed to, right? But you get that job, okay? That pays the bills, it pays your technicians, and it pays your vehicle expenses, pays a ton of things that are built into this quota. Your pricing's got to be dialed in. It's going to be tight out there. More and more people are going to be driven towards price. So you need to be SEO'd when people start looking for an online solution. They find you, not just on Google for your website, but also in Google Business and also Google Guaranteed. Google Guaranteed, by the way, you can go in and do some paid promotion, and you pay by the qualified lead, and you can go in and challenge if it wasn't a good lead. Versus Google Ads, you pay per click, and it could be anything. It could be your competition in there clicking. Okay, so this is much better. So you're going to have to be optimized for Google, for your website, for Google Business, as well as Google Guaranteed. And then finally, you got to have an offer. You got to say something. You got to be more than just heating and air. So David and Goliath, he's challenged those Goliath companies out there. Come on again, get the high quality without the high overhead, right? So this is smart, especially right now. That's one approach. But we probably need to talk about that. Hit me up and we can discuss what is the best strategy for you, because you may not be that little company. Maybe you're the bigger company. How do you hold your ground as all these little fish are nibbling at your customer base? We got to be able to build some more value in there. So that would be a different strategy. You need to be more than just your company heating and air, Pete's Heating and Air, right? PR Heating and Air, Pete Ramsey, that stuff worked years ago. It's not going to work anymore. It's going to get tough out there. Wake up, get on board, get your pricing right, get your SEO right, and get your messaging right, and you're going to be okay. Well, get your sales process right. We'll talk about that later. Pete Ramsey here, HVAC Greatness. You guys be careful out there. Feel free to reach out. I'm here to help, and do offer a free strategy call for you guys if you want to jump in and let's talk about it. Talk to you on the next one. See you. Bye-bye.